Hello everyone, it's Friday and it's free choice writing time. So today we are learning to write for a sustained period of time on a topic of our choice. So that means you need to write for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so you don't necessarily need any help from your parents, just try and write. I'm going to demonstrate doing that just to remind you of how to do it, just in case you're a little bit rusty. Now, today, to have success, it says I can use the ideas to help me think of what I want to write for a sustained period of time. So, of course, you're watching the video now, and then below you'll see some different ideas to last week, some of which I'm going to talk about now, that come from this book by Andy Griffiths and Terry Denton. And of course, we know Andy Griffiths and Terry Denton, among many other books, have written the Treehouse series. But this is actually for children to help them to think about what to write about, and actually is a really good read if you're interested in writing. But I've got a couple of ideas that I will put up on as well. And this is, Andy Griffith said, try this. What happens next? So, scenario 1. You're cooking pancakes. You flip one and it flies out of the window. What happens next? Where does the pancake go? What trouble might it cause? Do you accidentally feed an alien from outer space who wants to come and see you? It's up to you. The second one, you're riding your bike. You hit a banana skin and skid out of control. What happens next? You are babysitting your very naughty 5-year-old cousin. It's going pretty well until you turn around and see, what's happened? So what happens next? You're just going to sleep and you notice a spider walking across the ceiling towards you. What happens next? So some other ideas, or the last idea I will show you from Andy Griffiths today is this one, and it's called 12 Doors. So there's also Crazy Machines and Inventions. You might like to do that. But I'm actually going to write about the 12 doors. Now, Andy suggested, imagine that you're standing in front of 12 doors. Behind one, and you don't know which one, is a fabulous treasure. Behind the others are 11 of the most dangerous things in the world. Draw and describe what lies behind each one. So I'm going to turn that into a story, so a narrative, and I'm going to start that now. You might need to generate your ideas and plan, but if you don't have to, for free choice writing, if you just want to write, that's okay. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to call it 12 Doors. Just put this down so you can see it. 12 Doors. I've given it a title. Now, when we write, we must think about what we're writing, and we must think about the spelling and using finger spaces between words, trying to use capital letters and full stops. Do as much as you can. But the most important thing is that you can read it back. So make sure when you're writing, if you can't spell the words, that you try your best to just write down the sounds you hear and leave spaces, finger spaces between your words, and then you'll be able to read it back to yourself. Okay, I'm going to start. I nervously, leaving a space, and I is always a capital letter, just a really handy hint. I know ER can make an nerve, leave a space, stood in front of the 12 doors is what I'm going to write. Stood, leave a space in, leave a space front, F, front of the, and I've written it here, so I'm just going to copy it, but I'm not going to give it capital letters because they're just 12 doors. 12, just checking my spelling, doors. I think that's a good sentence that makes sense, so I'm popping in a full stop. I'm just going to read it again and think about what I'm going to write next. I nervously stood in front of the 12 doors. Behind one was a magnificent treasure. I'm going to write that next. Capital letter B for behind because it's the start of a new sentence. Behind one, leaving spaces of the doors, was a magnificent. I'm just going to get down so I can write that. Treasure. Treasure. Now, I can't write very much more today, but I hope that you can write for 15 to 20 minutes on your own, and good luck. Have fun.